Hi, I'm Christy Nelson, here with your connection and a look at what's happening in North Texas. Changes are made to tax appraisal notices, what homeowners need to know about that coming up. Plus, a pair of beloved geese taken from a lake in Allen are back where they belong. NBC5 was there for the homecoming. It is also that time of year when homeowners find out how much money they owe in property taxes. The price of real estate in Texas has consistently gone up, but some changes are taking effect this year. NBC5's Phil Prazen takes a look.
Pablito Mendez is one of many Texans staring at the latest numbers.
5 years, 6 years ago, it was $500, I believe. It wasn't much. It went up to $600, and then all of a sudden it's this.
Now his tax bill is $3,500, rising with the value of his home in West Dallas. He came to this support center ran by Wesley Rankin and the Toller Company.
People are overpaying their taxes, and all they have to do is reach out for help.
Taxpayers also received some help from the state legislature last year after an overwhelming bipartisan vote on tax reform.
Well, lawmakers have been consistently working on the property tax process to give more powers to property owners and to make the protest process easier.
Folks voted on Prop 4 in November, passed overwhelmingly, 83%. And those impacted last year's tax bills. Now,
Houston area Senator Paul Betancourt tells me property owners already saw that historic homestead exemption kick in last year. The big change this year is a cap on non-homesteaded property, what's called a circuit breaker, where the tax bill can only go up 20%.
So if property goes up by more than 20%, it's actually held there, at least from an appraisal district standpoint.
And then this May, voters across the major counties will elect for the first time ever 3 members of the Appraisal District Board of Directors. These will be the people who appoint the review board you'll go in front of if you appeal or protest your bill. Tax consultant Chandler Crouch tells me the people voters choose will have a big impact in the years ahead.
Because it gives the taxpayer representation at the appraisal district, which is something we haven't ever had before. If you don't like the way the appraisal district's conducting themselves, there was really no one for us to hold accountable.
Phil Prazen, NBC5.
All right, well, let's get a check of the weather now. Meteorologist Kevan Smith is here. And Kevin, this morning when I went out, it was gloomy and gray. Looks great.
At least we had some shower activity for all the grass to keep it green before it turns brown in August and July, of course. Here we go live here of our tower cam. Denton County Courthouse. Notice the flags are trying to move just a tad, but they will pick up. We're expecting those winds to be gusting later this afternoon up to around 24 to even 30 miles per hour from the southwest, all because of that blue line that is trucking on through. That is a Pacific cold front. Really, it won't get cold, though, Christy. We'll see those high temperatures still reaching around 86 to 87 degrees, a warm day, and then by midnight, with increasing clouds, we're back down to 73. Speaking of those temperatures into your Wednesday morning, into the upper 60s to lower 70s. Talk about muggy. We'll see those afternoon highs into Wednesday, back into the mid to upper 80s, and we're doing it again into Thursday. Now, Thursday, I do have the rain chances at 40%. We have a front that'll be moving through, 20% into Friday, back up to 40% into Saturday, Sunday at 20%. It looks like those rainfall totals with the weekend storm system could add up to 1 to 2 inches of rainfall, just keeping that status quo across North Texas, keeping it green. There you go, Christy.
All right, Kevin, thank you. The FAA announced Dallas Love Field as one of the first airports in the nation to get new airfield surveillance systems. Officials say the upgrade will reduce the risk of runway accidents by improving air traffic controllers' situational awareness. The new system is expected to be implemented by July. 2 mainstays at an Allen Lake are back where they belong after a wild adventure. The disappearance of Betty and Fred ruffled feathers. These pictures show someone carrying the geese out of Bethany Lakes Park last Friday afternoon, where there were pictures of it, and they were being confronted by angry moms. Photos show the geese being loaded into the back of a car and then driven away. A license plate in one of the pictures led police on a literal wild goose chase over the weekend. We were there when Betty and Fred were reunited.
You ready? Looky. Look who's there. You're okay. You're okay.
Slippery, huh? What is that?
Who is that?
Well, because those birds are domestic geese and not a migratory species, we're told no law was violated, and they also were not injured, so no charges will be filed. Thanks for catching up with The Connection.